What's up, everybody? Welcome to the LTC Bowling Show. I'm your host, J.R. Raymond, and today we're going to talk a little bit about that little spat that went on with Brad Angelo and A.J. Johnson the other night in the PBA League. Man, some cool little fireworks there, and I'm going to give you my opinion on the whole thing, the TV shows, how things can change a little bit, how things can get better, in my opinion. We'll get into all of that here in a minute. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're going to chat a little bit about that whole thing that went down, and I think people kind of looked into it a little bit too far at times, and I can see multiple points of view on this whole thing, because in one aspect, when you look at the way Brad went about it, you could say it's pretty disrespectful. The cursing, that type of stuff, not real professional there, but at the same time, it's exciting. Like, it's cool to see people go back and forth, and that's not the first time that Brad has kind of went after the throat of somebody. He's gotten into it with Barnes. He's gotten into it with Belmo. Brad was one of the first to, call Belmo out on his on the bottle gate thing, on the whole crinkling the water bottle during people's approaches. So you can go back and watch that show a little bit and see, everything that went down there. You probably search it on YouTube, whatever you got to do there. But this night with AJ, I think the age difference kind of got to him a little bit, because AJ, very fiery, very excited, amped up, very competitive bowler, trying to get his team fired up. Very first frame, first shot, and I think Brad's kind of looking at it like, dude, like, just calm down. Like, it's frame one, and you're freaking out already, So, I could see it both ways. I can see AJ being like, all right, let's go. He's ready to rock, ready to get everybody pumped up and moving. And then Brad being over there, kind of pulling the, dude, chill out. We got a lot of bowling left. Like, just get your first shot in. Let's pump everybody up a little bit later. So he pulled the entire pointing his fingers in the air. Yeah, let's go. Effing stupid. I cracked up. I thought that was hilarious. That was awesome. And then later on, you see AJ throw a shot and walk back and just stare him down, like, just give him the death look. How much better could that have gotten? Now, the argument, the other argument that there was people weren't too happy, weren't too fond of, Randy Peterson kind of egging it on, saying, there's going to be fistfights or this and that, basically advocating for this type of thing. And I understand it. I get why he's doing it, because that is good TV. Like, seeing people, kind of spat and talk trash and go back and forth. Like, people love that stuff. I love it. Like, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really fun. It was really entertaining, and I think we need to see more of that, in my opinion. So the people who were complaining about Randy, I think they took it a little bit too far. I think they're looking into it too far. Like, obviously everybody knows these guys aren't really going to fight, because as soon as the TV show's over, I guarantee they're like, hey man, no hard feelings, just kind of in the moment type of thing. And they're like, oh yeah, no big deal, me too. And then they're hugging it out or whatever it was. They even took a picture afterwards. So you can even see the picture of, joking around, that they're, beating each other up or whatever, where AJ was beating up Brad. So it's just all in good fun, so you just can't take things personally when stuff like that happens, So, but I kind of want to let you guys listen to the interview with AJ here. So let's check this out and see what AJ and them had to say here in 1 second. Hold on, let me get.
AJ Johnson, hell of a match there. Let's talk about the very first frame. You always get excited when you're on TV, and you got into it that first frame, and Brad gave it back to you a little bit. What is your sort of recollection of what happened in that first frame?
Yeah! All night, baby, let's go! Airport, Buffalo area, Western New York.
A long time.
All right, baby, let's go!
Upstate.
Fucking stupid. Wow.
First shot, you got to do that in the first shot. Let's go. You got the wrong people.
There's a reason why Angelo put me in that position, and I agreed wholeheartedly with him. I think we got a group of guys that we have a.
All right, that's enough of that. I kind of wanted you just to be able to see that clip. For those of you who haven't seen that clip, like that is just that was oops, pushed the button again. That was awesome. Like that is prime, just trying to get in the head of somebody, or maybe he got into the head of himself, really thinking like this is stupid. Frame one, bro, shut up. But I get AJ's side. I'm like, dude. Heck yeah, get pumped up. Throw the fist in the air. You know, whatever you got to do, man. Because the idea behind it is to, you know, get the other person riled up, to get them off their game, to get them to throw, you know, bad shots and stuff like that. And obviously it worked because Brad didn't have the greatest night after that whole thing went down. You know, so I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys and gals think of? You know, the spat going back and forth. Is it unprofessional? I don't know that I'd call it unprofessional. The cursing and stuff, the swearing, yeah, I think that was a little bit too much. But but as far as, you know, giving it to him, like saying, like, dude, chill out, I think that was I think it was entertaining, in my opinion. Just like with the water bottle thing. You know, you got, with Rash, you know, calling him a bottle, beep, calling him a bottle, you know, whatever, and in the middle of the whole thing, and just kind of giving it to you know, I know they had their little rivalry, their little spat, and I know they don't like each other, that's for sure. But that was good TV. That was good entertainment to watch people go back and forth. You know, so you see this in other sports. You know, you see it everything else. Why does it have to be different for bowling? Why does bowling have to be professional? You know, you see these guys in golf going back and forth a little bit. Maybe they don't get like rowdy and eat each other's face or anything in the middle of a tournament. But if you go watch their Twitter feeds and their, you know, all that stuff, Instagram and that, they go back and forth on there pretty good, ragging on each other and, you know, talking to each other through there. So it's pretty neat to see. But it pretty much happens in every other sport, and all of a sudden bowling needs to be different. And I don't understand why people want bowling to be so different. You know, we want bowling to be like the other sports because there's a lot more interaction. There's a lot more, you know, viewership. There's a lot more money involved in all those other sports. So we probably should start following suit a little bit there. And I think, honestly, the PBA is doing a pretty good job with everything that's going on. I mean, there's not a whole lot they can really do without crowds, without all that stuff. And I don't really think the crowds are so much the attraction anyway. I think that the production of the show just needs to be top notch, and I think they've done an okay job there. I think it can get better. I think it could be better, but I'm not an expert by any means of, you know, video production or anything. So I don't know that I don't know what all else they could possibly really do. But what I do know is, I've had this conversation before, and I think we're going to have this conversation in a different podcast, because really this one I'm just going to touch on this whole, you know, the spat and everything. But in the next podcast, we're going to talk about, you know, where I think the PBA could go as far as, you know, the regional level, the PBA level, how we can get back to possibly doing an exempt field, and making it to where it's worth being a PBA member, where it's worth being, you know, trying to chase the tour, trying to get out there and do you know, bowl tournaments full time. You know, because as of right now, there's not enough money involved. You know, a job pays better than the PBA does most times. So if we had guaranteed money coming in, like, I would chase it full time if there was more money involved. And now I'm in a situation now where I can bowl a little bit more, so I'm going to. But before, when I worked at Turbo, I didn't have that situation. I could bowl once in a while, but my main focus was on my job. They might not tell you that's what my focus was, but it was. And but anyway, so that they just, my focus goes into the other things, you know, that is my guaranteed money, more so than, you know, my dream, I guess you would say. So, and now you notice that I've transitioned into this new role with Bowler X, and doing podcasts and videos and all this other stuff, and I have that, you know, taking care of what I need to take care of, and now all my downtime, now I can spend more time bowling. But that's all I got for today. I'm going to roll out of here. So until next time, guys, we'll see you guys later. Take care.